Hi everybody, my name is Ritam without the P. Ritam. It's a Sanskrit word which means righteousness, and I am your math companion. So today we'll be discussing a very generic topic and a topic that we use in our day-to-day life, and that is if you look closely, we have been associated with numbers right from our birth. For example, when you're born, even before your doctor calls you by name, he writes down your date of birth and time of birth. So your life begins with a number itself. So right from that point, you are associated with numbers. So can I say the first use in your life is your date of birth itself, which is a number. Then in your day-to-day lives also, right from the time you get up and you switch off your alarm clock, the clock has got again what numbers 1 to 12. Next, you get ready and go to your school. You might travel by a car, so your car has got a car number to it. Or if you go by a bus, your bus has got a bus number to it. Now you pay the when you go and travel by a bus or a train, you buy a ticket. Ticket has got a ticket number on it. Now the price of the ticket also is a number. You pay for the ticket in the form of money. Money itself is again a number. One of the most important aspects in today's date. Everybody asks is how can I earn money? Money is again a number. Your bank account number is again a number. Then you reach school and you have your roll call. So again, roll number is again a number. Then you have got your math period. No doubt in that you'll be using a lot of numbers in the math subject itself. Next, you come back home and go and play. You play any sport. In that, you keep a score of your game. So again, score is again a number. Next, you check your mobile. Mobile, your mobile number itself is a number. Then you log on to your social media, number of likes, number of shares, likes, shares, etc. Again, these are what numbers. Then just before going to bed, if you're not able to sleep, usually like in the movie Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, we see that Sardarji is doing what? He is counting number of stars in the sky. So it's a way of, or you start counting number of shapes in your mind. So again, counting is a form of, right from the time you begin your day till the time you sleep at night, you are completely surrounded by numbers and only numbers. And hence, today's discussion is about numbers and number family. And now we shall discuss the family of numbers. So now let's discuss the number family. So the number family, like any other family, is very complex. It has got various branches to it. So I'll try to provide you as much information on the number family as I can. And so bear with me and my handwriting and with the hierarchy and let's see how it goes. I'll try to simplify as much as I can for you so that you understand the entire number family together in its entire totality. So now we'll start with the basic classification where you've got complete numbers and incomplete numbers. So when I say complete numbers, these are numbers which are which do not contain any fractional part to it. These type of numbers are known as integers. Now, integers are basically numbers which do not have any fractional part to them, or they are decimal numbers without any number after the decimal point except 0. So for example, 21.0, 31.0. So this is a decimal integer. Why? Because after the decimal there is no other number except 0. Similarly, after 31, After the decimal number, there is no number. So these kind of numbers are known as integers. Now I'll rub these examples. Now, just like you've got your signature, you write a short form for it. Similarly, for every group of numbers, you've got a short form for it. For example, group of integers are represented by the letter Z. Now, integers are further classified into three broad categories. What are they? Integers can be 0, on the right hand side positive integer, 0 and negative integer. Now positive integers are known as what? Natural numbers. Can I say natural number is a child of integers and not the reverse? So can I say all natural numbers are integers, but all integers are not natural numbers? So just like a child inherits the traits of the parents and not the reverse case. So all the properties of natural numbers are inherited by, I'm sorry, all the properties of integers are given to natural numbers, but not the reverse case. Now, natural numbers are further classified into three types: prime numbers, composite numbers, and unique numbers. Now, what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers which have got two factors. Which have got how many factors? Which have got two factors. That means what? Any number that is divisible by 1 and itself is a prime number. For example, 7. 7 is completely divisible by only two numbers, 1 and 7. There is no other number which can divide 7 completely. Next, we have got composite numbers. So, natural numbers which have got more than two factors. More than two factors are what? Composite numbers. Then unique numbers are numbers which have got only one factor. So the only natural number which is unique is what? 1. Because 1 is divisible by 1 itself only. So this was all about natural numbers. Now 0 along with natural numbers together is known as what? Whole numbers. Can I say the smallest whole number is what? 0. Whole numbers are represented by letter W. Now whole numbers are further classified into two categories: even numbers and odd numbers. Even numbers are numbers which are divisible by 2. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, so on and so forth. Numbers which are not divisible by 2 are known as odd numbers. So this was all about whole number. Now example of negative integers can be what? Minus 5, minus 6, minus 7.0. So these are all your one family of integers. So till now the head of the family was integer. Now brother of integer is what? Fraction. Brother of integers is what? Fractions. So fractional numbers are again decimal numbers, but they have got some fractional part attached to them. For example, 13.5. So after the decimal, there is some number that is there. Now, both integers and fractions belong to one set of parents, which are called rational numbers. Now, rational numbers are represented by the letter Q. So now you might say why Q? Because every textbook that you'll see uses this general notation by letter Q. So hence I am also using the same letter Q. Now, what is a rational number? Any number which can be represented as a fraction small p upon small q, where q is not equal to 0. Now, any number which can be represented as a fraction, some p upon some q, where p and q are what? Integers, and q is not equal to 0. So this is a condition to represent, to check whether a given number is rational or not. So for example, if I've got a number say 5 upon 7, that is a rational number. But if I've got a number say 100 upon 0, this is not a rational number. Why? Because anything divided by 0 is not defined. If I want to define it in terms of decimal numbers, so can I say rational numbers is what? Any decimal number which is either terminating or recurring in nature is a rational number. For example, 2.53. So it has got terminated here. So this is a rational number. Or if I've got say a number say 2.3535 and this pattern continues. So this is a recurring number that is never terminating, but it is repeating. The pattern is repeating after the decimal number. So again, it's a rational number. So this is how I can define rational numbers. Now, numbers that are not rational are known as what? Irrational numbers. So, irrational they are represented by the letter Q bar. Now, example of irrational numbers can be what? Square root of 2. Why? Because there is no exact value of this. It is 1.4142 and so on. There is not one particular end to this number. Example root 3, square root of any prime number, or pi. So these are all examples of irrational. Now you might argue that pi value is 22 by 7. 22 by 7 is not the exact value, it's an approximate value. So the fraction 22 upon 7 is a rational number. Why? Because 22 which is in the numerator is a integer, 7 which is in the denominator is an integer. So entire 22 by 7 is a rational number. But pi is not a rational number. Pi is what? Basically ratio of circumference to the diameter of any circle. We'll discuss irrational numbers in the later lectures in detail. Now, rational numbers and irrational numbers, both brothers, are belonging to one set of parents which are known as real numbers. Now, real numbers, they are represented by the letter R. What are real numbers? Real numbers are numbers which can be represented on a real number line. Real number line is nothing but any number line, and I can represent any number on, if any number can be represented on such a number line, then it is known as a real number line. On your school, at your school level, if you know your family that begins from real numbers, it's more than enough. Now, since you're hearing me out, I would like to add on to real numbers also. Now, the sibling of real numbers are what? Imaginary numbers. Now, at your school level, if you don't know imaginary numbers, it's okay. Now, what are imaginary numbers? So these are basically number which when squared results in a negative number. For example, square root of -1 is an imaginary number. Why? Because if I take the square of this, so -1 square root multiplied by square root of -1 will result in what? A negative number which is -1. So Square root of any negative real number, square root of any real negative number is a imaginary number, because if I square it, I will get a negative number. So these are known as imaginary numbers. Now, both real numbers and imaginary numbers belong to one set of parents, which are known as complex. These are represented by letter C, and complex numbers consist of two parts. This is the real part and the imaginary part. So, as you can see, the entire set of family, the entire family of numbers starts from complex numbers. Just like any family which is complex, it begins with complexity. Similarly, entire number family begins with complex numbers, and all the numbers are its children, grandchildren, and great great grandchildren. So now complex numbers is the first set of parents. Under that you've got two children, real numbers and imaginary numbers. Under real numbers you've got again two children, rational numbers and irrational numbers. Then rational numbers have got again two sets of children, integers and fractions. Integers have got again three sets of children, negative integers, zero and positive integers. Positive integers are known as natural numbers. Now together, natural numbers and zero are known as whole numbers. Whole numbers have got again two set of children, even numbers and odd numbers. So this is the entire number family which begins with complex numbers. So with this we come to the end of discussion where numbers are concerned. I would like to just discuss two or three things before I stop. So where math is concerned. So if you want to master math, the only way you can master it is by practicing. I know this is not some big thing that I've revealed to you, but that's the only truth which I'm being blatantly honest about. That the only way you can master math is by practicing it. It's like any sport, and if you want to get great at any sport, you have to just practice it, and you can learn any sport only by doing it. Math is not a spectator sport, so you have to do it to learn it. Also, always keep practicing and keep learning, because life always keeps you teaching. Take care of yourself, your family, and your parents. Adios. Enjoy. Have a great life ahead. Thank you.